Marriage on Purpose family. We are the Holmeses, and we will bring you today's Monday marriage moment. Something Kay and I kind of discussed that we thought might be good. One, because it's recent and relevant. Couple of tools that we learned just kind of in marriage counseling that we've been going through. And this is something you can easily find just by Googling, but it's called the 4 Horsemen. The 4 Horsemen are criticism, defensiveness, contempt, and stonewalling. And these are behaviors that tend to escalate conflict and ultimately cause damage in a relationship. So this really has to do with communication. And so I'll just use myself for example. So one of the things that I know that I'm more likely to do out of those 4 is to be defensive. And so one of the things our counselor has helped us do is notice internally, like, what are some external things that are more likely to make me defensive? And these are things that I am to be recognizing, noticing, taking mental note. This might be me catching it myself or my spouse noticing and helping me recognize. For example, when I start to get defensive, I feel myself kind of getting tense. Before conflict even fully arises, like, I will notice those things happening within myself. So when I am noticing myself get tense, that's an opportunity for me to recognize that's basically a cue for me to notice that I'm starting to get defensive. And then another method that she taught us was the I statement, which Kay will kind of direct us with that.
But before I get into the I statement, I'll say, out of the mechanisms that Clint mentioned, mine is stonewalling. So I typically, if I'm upset, I'm going to kind of shut you off and not really communicate. And so the I statement kind of gives a guide to where you are able to express your feelings without blaming, because in an intense conversation, blaming is the last thing that you would want to, add to the fire. So an example of a blaming statement might be, you came home really late and you're being so inconsiderate. To say that in an I statement way may say, I feel really worried when you come home late. It makes me not be able to sleep, and I'm really concerned about your safety or well-being. So you've expressed what your concern is, you've expressed how it made you feel, and I think it's really helpful to get you to kind of slow down, especially if you're in the heat of a moment. You're clear with what your concerns are, you're clear with how you feel, but it takes that blaming, the blaming out of the process. So we're new to the I statement. So we are trying to incorporate it ourselves, but we just thought it would be really great to discuss here and invite our Marriage on Purpose family to join in with us. I do think the technique will work if we give it a try. So,
yeah, communication is just something that Kay and I are always in need of just tweaking, improving how we communicate, how we acknowledge each other, how we hear each other. And so again, 4 Horsemen, you can Google that and you can find there's plenty of information out there. And again, 4 Horsemen, these are behaviors that tend to escalate conflict. And then the I statements. Hopefully this was a blessing to you. Feel free to comment down below and give us any feedback, any thoughts, any recommendations, any additional tools. But until next time, this is your Monday marriage moment. Y'all be blessed.
Bye.